Hello friend, welcome to the Nandu's tutorial. Today in our daily answer writing session we will discuss two questions regarding education which has already appeared in men's exam. Let's discuss about that. As we all know that water is precious and we have to save that because water is life. Our first question is, how have digital initiative in India contributed the functioning of the education system in the country? Elaborate your answer. It is of 250 words and we have to first write its approach. First we have to discuss briefly about the context and the discussion in body part. We have to discuss its advantage and disadvantage of digital education system, and finally we have to conclude some positive way. In the introduction we can write like digital education concept is not after COVID-19 pandemic, but before that also digital education program is going on, but the concept is more becomes common after COVID-19 pandemic, and there is other government initiative is taking place, and it reduce the gap between the availability of the education system and its contents and its cost effective. And in the body we can discuss the advantages of digital initiative in education. It is flexibility. It means it can available everywhere, and government is doing the e-pathshala, swayam portal, and there is multidisciplinary library and e-hub portal, dikha portal, virtual labs. There is various programs which is government doing, and these are the cost effective. It means there is less cost in monetary investment and require less infrastructure, and the other component expense or study material related things is reduces. And inclusivity, it cover all level of people from rural to urban area, and there is no disparity between them, and there is no differentiation between rich and poor. So it has various advantages. Like if we come to the disadvantages of a digital initiative in the education, the disadvantage like digital divide, because there is people who are living below poverty line and they are not accessible the smartphone or laptops, and there is also digital divide in the network problem, because people during we have seen the various picture arising in internet that people are climbing tree and mountain for internet to get internet services. Traditional class versus a social institution, because in traditional class system we get a proper interaction with your teacher students, and there is other work like social skills, how to communicate with people, but in online education system this system is not available, and there is only one way communication. We cannot interact with the teacher directly, but in the online which is the online modes or live session, there will be possible, but not as much as in the traditional education system. And there is commercialization of education, because in the recent time many education institutions is commercializing their education and making them as business, which are lesser things, but we have to assess anywhere education where is available, and it should not be the difficult to everyone, and it should we have to right and the duty to provide it with easy way. And in the conclusion we can write education is the most powerful weapon which can be used to change the world. So we have to focus on online education with the offline education system, and we can bring some reform in online education system, like it should be accessible and available to all section of the people, and reduce the digital divide, and government's initiative like broadband system should be accessible, and there is free Wi-Fi connection in railway station and in every village. There these schemes and programs of government should be implemented as soon as possible. These are the conclusion you can write in this ways. If you found some other points, you can also add it in your answer. And in our second question, which is regarding discuss the main objective of population education and point out the measure to achieve them in India in details. This is 250 words. We have to write. First we have to write its meaning, introduction, and what are the government initiative and the status of the population education system with the objective and initiative taken by government of India, and in conclusion. In the first introduction, we can write what is population education. Population education is the educational program that is the story of a population, which main focus is to population dynamics, like family planning, irresponsible attitude, population issue, and our country is also going to a demographic dividend stage. As per the report UN Development of Economic and Social Affairs, it estimates the population will reach 1.5 billion by 2030, and it hits 1.64 billion in 2050. This may be make India become largest populous country, overtaking China, and there is also other deputy in which already India is crossing the China by 2027. This is the deadline, and India also facing the demographic dividend stage. It means the working age 15 to 59 age population is more, and they need the proper education, proper health care, and skill development. Then what are the objective of the population education? In the objective, we can write it promotes the responsible of family planning, and it develops the regional decision making towards the skill development, and it develops the awareness of the population policy which each government already going on, and demographic dividend also how to use the demography in proper way. There is also issues of underdevelopment and overpopulation issue, but we have to bring it optimum population growth stage, and there is the human life, social, cultural, political, economic level. There is various other way in which the reform is required, and people should be aware. So they need the population education, and why population growth is happening and rising so rapidly. These the steps we have to taken to reduce these steps, and the health, malnutrition, maternal mortality death, and child sex ratio, all these things we have to consider, so that the population education is an essential topics. Then what are the measures taken by government? There is integrating population education into the curriculum, because in a education system there should be a particular chapter and a topic about the population education, and teachers should be trained, and overcoming social and religious taboo, because there is lack of gender equality. People also not seeing the women in the 21st century too. They are not also available the freedoms and empowerment. There is others in the local area. There is taboo, stigma. Still, people are not aware of that. And women has still not access their body right, like the things like abortion or any other things appear in. There is also human trafficking with the marital rapes. These things are arising. Improving the communication and infrastructure. There should be a proper communication way and infrastructure should be developed. Promoting gender equality, because male women both are equal, and there is also in the sense of mono, so these are the two equal and the opposite of two kinds. Leveraging the technology, we have to use the technology to achieve the objective of the population education. And what are the population education is going on in India? If you see, like the family planning program in 1950, and there is the national population policy 2000, which is also helpful in national family health care, NAFHS, and there is a third 5-year plan which is focused on family planning and other ways. These are the recent steps each government doing on. And in the conclusion, we can write as population education is the mass awareness, and it should be used in a right way, because if you will not do it, from the demographic dividend to it becomes demographic disasters, which can cause various danger, and it is harmful for the nation, and many others like it may because poverty, inequality, unemployment, nationalism, crimes, all the issues are may be arise in this way. And we have to focus on gender equality, which is the part of sustainable development goal 5 and 10. These two are related to the equality. With the education, other empowerment programs should be launched, and people should be aware, should be educated, and should be trained regarding all these matters, so that the our India's initiative and India's program which have already destinated should be achieved and can be achieved. And these are our two questions we have discussed today. And thank you for watching our videos, and please keep like, share and subscribe, and happy learning. So please stay tuned for more of that. Thank you.